Hey friends, and welcome back to the attic and this installment of #The Creative Turning. If you've missed the intro to this year-long collaboration that I'm co-hosting with Stacy over at Crafty Dragon Creations, I will have the link to the playlist down in the description box where you can go back and watch both mine and Stacy's intro videos to this exciting collaboration and how it will unfold throughout the year. Today I'm going to be sharing my flip through of my finished Imbolc Folio. The kit for this is available in Stacy's Etsy shop, and I will have that information also in the description box. These folios help us create small seasonal journals, and this one is created for the quiet turning point between winter and spring. This one feels especially meaningful. Imbolc is such a gentle moment in the year, and it really lends itself to reflection, care, and that slow creativity, and it fits beautifully with my intentions this year of balance and meaningful creation. And with that, I want to take a different approach with this series, and rather than do a detailed flip through of what I created and how it was created, as I slowly show you my finished project, I'm going to chat with you and give you some information about this Wheel of the Year celebration and things I've included in my projects and the meaning behind them to me. Please keep in mind that while I'll do my best for accurate information, people celebrate things differently all over the world, so just like paper crafting, this is just my way of celebrating, and I'm sure there are many more ways that may be different. So as always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Imbolc began as a very practical moment in the old agricultural year. It originated in Ireland and was celebrated widely across the ancient Celtic world. Long before calendars and planners, people watched animals, weather, and light to understand where they were in the year. This moment mattered because it marked when winter stopped being only about survival and started leaning towards renewal. This was the season when sheep began to give milk again, and a quiet but powerful signs of life stirred beneath the cold ground. Food stores were still low, nights were still long, but there was a reassurance in knowing nourishment was returning, and the idea milk and new life is actually where the name Imbolc comes from. For communities living close to the land, Imbolc was not a loud celebration. It was more like a hope with its sleeves rolled up. Homes were cleaned after long winter shut-in, hearth fires were tended, and new candles were made for the year. Tools were checked, clothes were mended, and quiet preparations for planting began. It was about caring for what you already had and preparing for what was coming. Over time, the season became closely associated with Bridget, a figure rooted in Irish folklore and later Christian tradition. Bridget is often connected with the fire, creativity, healing, and protection, especially within hearth and home. One well-known symbol for this season is Bridget's cross. Traditionally woven from rushes and hung in homes or stables, these crosses were believed to offer protection and were often left in places until the next Imbolc. There's another beautiful tradition tied to this time of year that I really love. On the evening before St. Bridget's Day, which overlaps with Imbolc, families would leave out a piece of cloth, sometimes just a simple ribbon, scarf, or scrap of fabric. The cloth is often called Bridget's cloak. The idea was that Bridget would pass during the night and bless the cloth as she went. In the morning, it would be brought back inside, kept throughout the year, and believed to hold protective and comforting qualities for the household. Sometimes it was laid on a windowsill, or tied to a door frame, or left on a bush outside. Nothing elaborate, just a quiet gesture of care, hope, and attention. As I worked on this folio, I kept thinking about those small, gentle acts the kind that don't demand anything but still matter. For each of the dates in the turning of the wheel as part of my celebration and leaning into my love of herbalism and aromatherapy, I like to create an essential oil blend I can use during this time. This one is very grounding and comforting with a little brightness to hint at returning of light. I've used lavender for the hint of brightness, rosemary for comfort, and cedarwood for grounding. I think of it as a sensory reminder that we're not rushing towards spring, just turning towards it. As an herbalist and aromatherapist, I would like to include a word of caution about herbs and essential oils here. Nature provides us with wonderful and often powerful ingredients, and some need to be used with care and caution or not at all. So be sure to do your own research when using anything Mother Nature has provided for us. Imbolc sits right in the middle between the deepest winter and the arrival of spring. It's what makes a threshold moment a pause to say we're not there yet, but we're on our way. There's an old Celtic folklore about the Gaelic, a winter figure who would gather firewood at this time of year. If the day was bright and clear, it meant winter might last longer. If it was quiet and gray, it suggested spring was close. Many believe this kind of weather watching folklore is where traditions like Groundhog's Day, celebrated in the U.S., eventually grew from. All of that, the waiting, the tending, the noticing, is what I wanted this Imbolc Folio to hold. Not spring yet, not winter anymore, just a quiet turning. And so I want to thank you again for joining me for this little flip through and being part of the creative turning. I'd love to see how you're marking this season in your own creative way. So until next time, happy creating. May the light continue to return gently and in its own time. And as always, y'all take care.